feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me.
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and we've got the Bengals' towering tight end. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Bengals and the Raiders under the lights on Thursday night.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, we kick off week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here. And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
And Mahomes going to put it up right away. And incomplete to open things up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. On this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 17 carries, 73 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Stephon Diggs with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Bengals put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Eddie Pinheiro down for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. From the 6. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Bowen. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Bowen. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright, and it comes back. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. They find some open field here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, That play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down. But if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground. And that they did, that time for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Bowen. That one complete. He finds Shark. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bowen. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's taken to the 26. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Bengals are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
In most goal line situations, defensive tackles are just trying to hold the line, hold their ground, and let the other guys roam and make the play. But in this situation, he's able to push his way into the backfield and disrupt that play for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Touchdown! Tyler Higbee. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Bowen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through with a nice pass break up there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
To throw on 3rd down. Bowen. Allen's got it over the middle. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Bowen. He gets it to Cooks. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on 1st down. Bowen to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Off-play action. Bowen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A 1st down carry for Barkley. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Bowen. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is indeed good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up second down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give running left with Montgomery. Taken down at the 42. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Off the play fake. Bowen. And his throw is incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Bowen. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Back to throw again. And this is caught by Evans.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Connecting here with Chark on the out route.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. See David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
A final shot before break. Bowen. He finds his target. It's Evans. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And lastly, on Sunday Night Football, this will be the one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Bowen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. To throw on third down. Bowen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and scissor.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Cincinnati. 63 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Russell Gage, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Did you see that? I thought they were trying to get the first option. No, he came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's got the hookup with Diggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Mahomes now to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Eddie Pinheiro on now. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bowen. There again is Cooks, complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. To throw on 2nd down. Bowen. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll force a punt on 3rd and 14.
That wasn't exactly a walk-off.
This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh,
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
False start. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Bowen to Barkley on the check down. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. On 1st down, Mahomes. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, up big with still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's complete to Diggs.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive 1st down plays. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Mahomes firing complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this one down to the 36. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Here's Mahomes to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Bowen. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
A lane to run there is Fournette, able to get about 7 on 1st down.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Eddie Pinheiro on now.
A 33-yarder from the left hash.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bowen to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. On 1st down, Bowen. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back to throw again. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Bengals have recovered it. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
2nd down, here's an option right. A gain of 8 on the keeper, and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
60 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Cincinnati, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next.
Feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up